Our next item is a preview of our climate survey, which for those of you that are a parent in this district, you probably received a link to participate in that this week. Dr. Swift, do you want to preview that for us?
Thank you, Madam President, trustees, members of the community. We were delighted yesterday to open our annual survey. I just want to share with our community, and our trustees already know this, this is not just an exercise. It's something that we take very seriously. We know that folks are very busy. Your email boxes are already full, and yet we appreciate. So we want to thank you in advance for taking your time to give us your opinion. We absolutely value the responses to the survey because it informs our work at the district level and at the school level and even at the classroom level of how to serve our parents and our community better. I'm so proud. I'm holding the report, and trustees know how much this weighs. It's quite a hefty report, and this is from last year's survey. So more than 15,000 people responded to our survey last year, and we would really like to beat that number and to hit the 20,000 mark this year. And so those are our students, our staff, and our parents and community members who we will ask to tell us a little bit more about how we can do better. We are a continuous improvement organization, and we can't get better if we don't know. So we really want to launch this. It'll be open. Ms. Linden is here to tell us just a few of the details so that we're on top of what the survey is like and folks can plan ahead. If you're like me, you might have to schedule the 15 minutes when you're going to take time to do this, and it's always good to know that it's coming. Ms. Linden.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be introducing yet again our climate surveys. These are dedicated to finding out how our schools are doing, as Dr. Swift shared. We're really excited. This is our 4th year of doing this survey with some minor tweaks here and there. It's given us some really great longitudinal data, hence the thickness of that great report, because it's now got an analysis of 3 years of data. So we can't wait to see this is our 4th year. We can't wait to see our growth and our improvement. We hope that we see that across the board in much the same way we did last year. So just to refresh, the purpose of this is absolutely to find out how our schools are doing. We know how important having positive school climate is. It affects just about everything. So this survey covers 5 main areas. They're here for you: academic preparation, student supports, parent engagement, safety and behavior, as well as school operations, and school leadership is embedded there as well. So we really want to find out about all aspects. We ask about the bus, we ask about the cafeteria, the cleanliness, you name it, it's in there. So I think we do a pretty good job nutshelling that so that you all can get through it in about 15 minutes, but it is massive. So the next screen is just the nitty-gritty. Our window is open now. It opened yesterday on March 14th. It will remain open until March 28th. And we do reserve the right to leave it open if we feel like we have some folks who want to still participate. And we did that last year and the year before, so we anticipate we'll likely do that again. As Dr. Swift mentioned, our participants are our parents, our guardians, our students in grades 3 through 12, and all of our staff members. That includes anyone working in our schools. So not just teachers and support staff, but custodians can take this, anybody can take that survey. It's important for everybody to know that this survey is 100% anonymous. There are no attributions to any individual taking that survey. We do leave a lot of space throughout the survey for open-ended comments because we really want to hear from folks. If something on the survey isn't, striking what you need to share with us, we want you to place that in the comment section. So yeah, it's really geared toward really getting at what's going well and what isn't. We do this process intentionally to invite every single parent and staff member with an email address to personally participate. We want folks to know how important it is. So they will receive an email invitation, and we don't want to pester you, I promise, but we do send reminders for anyone who hasn't yet taken that survey. We'll send a little reminder a few days in, just a nudge. I know I need that, so we'll do that without being too much of a pest. And our students do access the survey during the school day. It takes for them about 10 or 15 minutes, and our building principals work with teaching staff to make sure it doesn't interfere too much with normal day-to-day operations, but it's really important we have student voice in this process. So we do make sure that every student in grades 3 through 12 has a chance to take the survey. For folks who aren't so much into email or don't have access to email, we have a public URL. It is available right now on our website. If you don't want to type in this rather lengthy tiny.cc/AAPS 2017 parent survey, you can just go to a2schools.org, and it's right there at the top of our headlines. You can click on that, and anyone can take that through the public URL. This is the first year we've also issued a separate URL for use on Twitter and Facebook. We're trying to track also how best parents choose to access the survey, so it'll be interesting to see. That's a new piece over last year. And our outreach, as always, is in email, school newsletters, social media, website, kiosks in the buildings, and just about every other way we can think of. We offer this in a paper pencil format as well. So all of our building principals are aware of who needs that paper pencil. They are issuing those to parents, but anyone can pick up a paper pencil version of that in any school office as well. And we also, just as we did last year, have the paper pencil and the electronic versions available in 5 languages other than English: Arabic, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, and Spanish. We get this data back at a macro level, at a district level, which points to work we need to do, for instance, around feedback. So one of the areas a couple of years ago that was statistically lower than other areas was in the quality of feedback that parents are receiving about how kids are doing in school and that communication from school to home. So we made a big effort a couple of years ago to increase our attention to that, and we saw our scores go up when we did that. So at a district level, it can inform our curriculum, our practice. At a building level, they also get their data in much the same way, but it shows their trends at the building level. So there are lots of ways that the survey shows up in school improvement plans. Gosh, it's hard to come up with a single example. They're just, it's really pervasive. It's a big part of our decision making, so it's really important.
So you recall last year, trustees and Ms. Linden, that there was this, we looked for areas of resonance across the groups, and then we also noticed areas of discrepant opinions. So there was one particular area, I remember the discussion actually right here at this table, where we noticed that our staff perception of student safety and security and our parent perception of student safety and security were higher, not by a lot, but by some, than our student perception of safety and security. So we might have intuitively known that, but we really saw that in the data. So our approach throughout this year has to be really been to focus in on that student experience and how they're feeling about how safe and secure they are at schools, even down to the language that we use in the classroom and reassuring. I also would point out just some general areas, trustees, that you'll recall around transportation, nutrition in school meals. We found out that adults felt like the meals were very nutritious and students weren't always sure that they tasted good. So go ahead, Ms. Linden.
Well, cleanliness.
Cleanliness of the buildings, and also building maintenance was another area. So we have made action plans across the levels when we see these kinds of things in the data. I love when Ms. Linden sends the day-by-day reports and we can just see them coming in. So 1,200 in just 24 hours?
1,265 families in just over 24 hours. That's the parent piece. We already have 365 staff members, 760 high school, middle schoolers, and 288 elementary students in just over 24 hours. So,
That's a pretty good day, isn't it?
I'll get mine done by this weekend, I promise.